Howdy folks, it is Diecast Buffet here again. Welcome back to NASCAR 06 Career Mode. So, we are 22,000 points away from level 4 Prestige, which I want to say gives you your first cup test. I could be mistaken on that. We have 1.4 million fans. That is pretty cool. Alright, so we're going out to try to qualify for the New Hampshire Busch race. I love New Hampshire in this game. It's a lot of fun. It's weird. Like in real life, I watch a New Hampshire race and I'm like, oh, ho hum, it's New Hampshire. Oh, Biffle's going to win the cup race there. And then to go there in a racing game, it's such a fun track. Like, Richmond in real life, in my honest opinion, is a really mundane track as of 2023. I'm just going to keep it real. The trucks struggle there, Xfinity, Cup, X, Y, and Z. But when you race there in a video game, it's so much fun. It's weird how that is. Like, that's why the drivers are like, wow, I love this track. It's so much fun. But as a fan, is it really? You know, that's kind of how my perspective is on some of these tracks. They're really fun to race, but from a fan perspective, in terms of an entertainment product, because you know NASCAR is a business, right? And, you know, business is business. Is it the best product on the track? I don't think so. And I think most fans would agree. Like, to me, when I think of Gateway, I think of New Hampshire. Like, to me, it is like a carbon copy almost of New Hampshire, just a little bit different in each end. I still struggle why they would put Gateway on the schedule, considering a lot of fans consider New Hampshire one of the lesser tracks on the circuit. I'm just going to keep it real. If you live in that area, that you know, you're going to love your hometown track. My hometown track is 7 hours away at the Lone Star State, which is Fort Worth. So, even though that track sucks, that's all you got, right? But to me, flat tracks in stock car racing generally don't produce great television, right? But when you're racing it, it's a whole lot of fun. Like, I thoroughly enjoy racing New Hampshire in the modifieds, in the trucks, in the Busch series, even in the Cup series. It's just this style track. You're always trying to outbrake the corner. You're trying to get underneath your, whoever's ahead of you. It's really fun. But when you watch it, it's usually very mundane, very long green flag runs with little to no passing. And we're in the show, top 10 at least. Let's see where the finishing order will be. 8th place. Very good speed in this little Dodge Charger, so I'll take it. Ryan Newman's on the pole, and, well, we'll come back this weekend for some more fun.
Out in New Hampshire is the setting today as the NASCAR Busch Series rolls into town to tackle the 1-mile New Hampshire International Speedway. EA Sports is glad to bring you the live racing action of the New England 200 as drivers get ready to go to work on this difficult track with drag strip straightaways and 12-degree turns that seem to last an eternity. The race will definitely be a test for these drivers as they look to build their prestige in hopes of making it to NASCAR's biggest stage.
Alrighty, folks, here we go from New Hampshire. So we qualified 8th. We're going to be on the outside, so we're going to probably concede this spot to J.J. Vialey and try to just ease our way to the bottom. There we go. I could care less. I'll take that. I'd rather give up a spot. Give me to the bottom. That way I don't lose 30 spots by spinning out, going 4 wide off the corner like an AI sometimes does. So, we're racing with the big cats up here. Can we survive and advance at New Hampshire? I have no earthly idea. You know, this track is very similar also to IRP, very similar to Milwaukee Mile. So if you run good at the flat, short tracks, you're going to go far in NASCAR 06. That's one thing about it, because it goes through all 4 series. Martinsville, IRP, Milwaukee Mile, New Hampshire, all 4 of those tracks are spread out very much through Whelen Modifieds, trucks, Busch, and Nextel Cup. Ooh, Truex, little contact with Boyer and Newman. Your new race leader is, well, your 2-time defending champion, Bobby Labonte. And the number 19 Joe Gibbs Racing car. It's a lot of people don't even know that Joe Gibbs Racing even ran a Busch car in 05 that had a number 19 on there. A lot of people think they introduced that with Carl Edwards, but technically they've always had that in their back pocket. So we're running 8th right now, about to come up to the 4th lap of this race. We've had some fuel issues here at New Hampshire in the past, so We're probably going to need to pit a little bit later, so that way we can have that one lap to the good. Like, fuel mileage in this game is definitely a doozy, and I like that. I want to be right on the edge of fuel mileage. I want that. You know, some people, they would consider that's a glitch in the game, or that's an issue on the programming. No! I want that. I want to know that I'm put in a box and that I have to make my pit stop based on how much fuel I need. That's how I want it to be. I want to be right on the edge, and if I mess up, I finish dead last. That's stock car racing. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people, they complain about the glitches in these NASCAR games. To me, I welcome them, and here's why. It creates parity. So when the AI, they have a bad pit stop and they hit the pit wall, or they create a caution or something, it creates parity. It creates a restart. It screws up your strategy. How many races every weekend you watch where the drivers show up and the crew chief has a perfect strategy and nothing goes wrong? It never happens, hardly. You know what I'm saying? There's always some monkey wrench that gets thrown into it. And so when you have the glitches in these NASCAR games, it creates that. It's that artificial, I don't say artificial, but it's the unexpectedness that you need in a NASCAR game to make it feel real. And that's why I welcome glitches in racing games that are not game breaking, like a double points glitch, but when a car flips out and just crashes out of nowhere, or, you know, comes down pit road and stops in the middle of the racetrack, a lot of times that's actually great for the game. It sounds crazy, but it is, because it creates parity. It creates new winners. It messes up your strategy. That's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a cakewalk. Like right there, they could have programmed the AI to run the bottom there. They didn't. I'm glad they didn't, because sometimes you'll see cautions because of that. Halfway here, lap 8 out of 16. In theory, we could pit next time by, and we should be good on fuel. So it's a matter of, do you want to pit early and try to leapfrog? I think so. I'm going to pit early here, and I'm going to try to loosen the car up just a smidge. Yeah, a lot of them are coming in here. So race leader Bobby Labonte, we're going to outbrake Shane Hamill here. We're going to loosen the car up. Actually, we're going to drop the PSI just a smidge. 17-second pit stop, it looks like to be. Hopefully it's a good one. Truex is on pit road as well. Knock on wood and hope and pray to God we get a good pit stop here, guys. We just need a smooth pit stop. Smooth pit stop. And I love about this game is that the pit boxes around you are randomized. You know, like in NASCAR 04, the way the pit box worked, it was always like the 43 cars next to you. Well, some weeks you'll have different vehicles around you compared to, you know, if they're racing or not. Like, I think Denny Hamlin was next to us at IRP, right? Well, he's not running full-time in this game, ironically enough. So the game has to find someone to fill that pit box. And that's the beauty of this game. And the reason why that's relevant is that, just like in real life in NASCAR, you want to pit around slow cars that are not going to be on the same pace as you. If you pit with the guy who's second and third and their pit boxes are right in front of you and right behind you, someone's going to get screwed out of the whole deal and have to wait on a driver. But if you pit with a bunch of back markers near you, guess what? It's going to be significantly more forgiving. I don't know why Kenny Wallace is just rotting a back bumper there. I have no idea. The whole field is scattered shot now. Bobby Labonte is out front. The Stacker 2 Ford on the outside. Just trying to just navigate and advance. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 15th. Oh, no contact with Kenny Wallace there. Not what we want. Whoa, Nelly. The game's doing that little bit of a speed up glitch in the middle of 1 and 2. Just something you have to just embrace, right? You just have to embrace it. Consider it changing track conditions, if you will. But we loosen up the car, and I don't know if it's actually doing better or worse. The higher you run at New Hampshire, the tighter the car is, but it's just not enough speed. Are you kidding me, man? I'm so sorry. I can't even get to the bottom. I'm hitting other cars. This is not good. Sorry, guys. Our car is so much slower now for some reason. Let me hit the brakes, get behind this guy, and see if we can try to pass him. We were running so good earlier. How are we this off? I have no earthly idea, guys. I mean, either the AI just made a massive adjustment, but we were running top 10 and we were still running pretty competitive. We're not even able to keep pace with these guys. I don't get it. I have no idea, but, well, maybe we can get a top 20 out of it. I don't know. But what I was saying earlier is when you have a very loose race car, the higher you run at New Hampshire, the game makes your car tighter, right? So if you're really slipping and sliding, if you can kind of land your car in that middle groove just a little bit, it will help your car turn. And you might be thinking, well, it's not going to make the corner. It actually will, because your car's loose enough. So it just works the right way. The car wants to turn because it's super loose, but the track is so tight at that portion that it meets in the middle, and it helps you turn a quality lap. But we just, I don't know, man. Either the AI got faster or we got slower with that pit stop. Because we're nowhere near as fast as we were earlier. Obviously, qualifying in the top 10 helped us out a lot, but I mean, look at Kenny Walsh. I mean, in this game, he's not exactly the Taj Mahal. He's really behind the 8-ball a lot in this game, so not a competitive car most of the time, and he's just driving away. So, I don't know, but live and learn. I think the next race on our schedule is going to be Old Spice Speedway, so a little bit of road course racing, the Busch cars, one of 2 events there this season. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we can get a top 15 from Matt Kenseth running Busch races here. I don't want to destroy his car, but I really like this 15th place finish. Not going to be able to get it. Let's show Kenseth some respect. We'll lift. And, hey, 16th place run. Not a horrible day, but could have been much better. Bobby Labonte is going to win. Maybe he can turn his season around. At the midway point here. Let's go through the running order and see how this all shook out. Domination for Joe Gibbs Racing with the 19 car. Look through the field. Where's our teammate at? Oh, dang. He had a rough day at the track. And the bottom of the barrel, how is Jay McMurray 40th? That's going to be F. Taylor in the 43rd spot. So we'll head back to the garage. Let's see what's crack-a-lackin'. That must be... What? I don't know what the heck. Maybe we're just talking to another driver or something. I have no idea. Because our teammate wears a different fire suit, so I'm not sure. Because this car is like a completely different color. It's like a root beer car or something. Alrighty, folks. So that Busch race is in the books. The next event we'll be coming up to in the Busch series will be the 300-miler at Old Spice Speedway. And then, well, we got IRP again. That's going to be fun. So, Watkins Glen. Dude, I want to run that Watkins Glen race. Technically, we could, but we'd miss qualifying for the Dodge Raceway race. And that is a... You got to make qualifying there, right? It is such a track position track. But the next event for us is going to be at Mr. Clean Speedway, which is Rockingham. And let me tell you, Rockingham is a lot of fun. So Bobby Labonte rebounds, potentially saves his championship. I would definitely make it a 4-car race for the Busch title, being Boyer, Himmel, Newman, and Labonte. Jimmy Johnson cruising to another championship, but the chase is going to definitely ratchet things up. Michael Waltrip, 11th in points. Got to give them a lot of credit. And Ned Shannon's going to take over the Whelen Modified Tour points lead. Evernham is struggling because they only ran like probably 1 or 2 races the whole year, ironically enough. We're still 3rd in points, so it's getting interesting, fellas. So that's all for now. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next episode of NASCAR 6, fellas. Have a great one, everybody. Diecast Buffet. God bless. Signing off.